definitely beef. I like this. We've got Husky already waiting. Wait, does he have double dogs? Do we have the Arcana on Husky? Yeah, we got double dogs for Huskies.
Incredible.
Look at that.
It's been waiting
Sorry,
to pick
I
this
got
for a while. I mean,
distracted. I see.
it's not really a Husky, but
Huskies. It's close enough, you know.
it's true.
But it'll be interesting for sure with Keizo on that Faceless Void, just because his impact is something that I'm a little worried about. Bryle should be very impactful with that Void Spirit. He's very aggressive. He'll be making moves, but of course, you've also got Gunner on one of his signature heroes. This is just going to be a great match.
Yeah, I really think it is. I think that's another thing going for Zoomers is that it's one of Gunner's best heroes, but also Ember's Spirit is going to be able to move around and get a lot done. Roots against Faceless Void are really good. Roots against Void Spirit and Phoenix are quite good too. So hypothetically, he could have a really good game as well. So I think there's some X factor on the Zoomer side that should be taken into account when we think about these lane matchups.
And they're already bullying quite a bit, dropping the spark rates off to the side, making sure that they can grab that bottom room. Top room's going to be a bit of a struggle. They're pretty tanky, but looks like it gets picked up. Oh, monkeys. He's taking so much damage. HFN. This is going to be our first blood. Yeah. That's some permanent agi gain, but if Ocean, can he do it? Can he get the last hit? He's got the fairy fire.
No.
Oh, no. HFN.
Oh, no.
This is the best start I think he could possibly have.
It, other than the no HP part, yes. It's, oh, that hurts, man.
Hey, that's some free int. Permanent, or not int, sorry, permanent agi. Yeah. That's good.
Yeah. 2 base damage, 2% attack speed increase. It's incredible. Ooh, what an advantage for Slark. I like that they got Gush. I like playing Gush Tide Hunter myself as well, because Gush is one of the best level 1 skills. Does like 110 damage, does -4 armor. It's really good. But the downside is that they just didn't do enough damage. So rough one there.
I mean, both of those heroes during the early levels, not really known for dishing out too much, unfortunately.
Yeah.
But
and normally the other nice thing is that like Rubik lowers your damage, right? But the problem is that every hit the Slark gets, he gets 3 more damage. So like his damage got lowered by 10 or something at level 1. He doesn't care. After like he had 10 hits, he had 30 bonus damage. And that's why Slark is such an insane early trader with the power of Instant Shift. So
well, shaping up to be a great game so far for HFN. And again, that is one of his signature heroes. I think a lot of people said a while back, you know, is HFN perhaps the best Slark player?
If he loses this game, no.
Okay.
Obviously the right answer.
Thanks, Purge.
He better not mess up.
Well, he's got a good start, like we said. But
yep.
Definitely be interesting to watch how the game unfolds. Slark, of course, not necessarily the best at farming. He's going to have to be very active. And that's something that generally I feel HFN struggles a bit with. But on a hero like this, I think we're going to see him being very aggressive and probably, you know, hitting similar pace to Bryle.
I think it's possible for sure. So far, they're doing great in the mid lane. Both of them have equal last hits. So pretty darn equal game, other than the fact they got that double kill at the start. Probably pretty much sucks to be Keizo in this lane, honestly, because until he feels comfortable going on top of Arc Warden, he's just going to be right-clicked a lot. And basically what their timings have to be, it's like they hit Arc Warden with Fire Spirits while they both dive on him at the same time. But otherwise, it's going to be a lot of this.
Oh, they're going for the dive on Bryle. He's trying to juke through the trees. They see him, and that's a solo kill for Gunner.
It is. A lot of tower damage, so that was a little costly there. Oh, we took extra hits, actually. That was a big mistake. Is he dead?
He is dead.
Maybe he wanted to die. I guess he wanted to die.
I think he wanted to die, but at the same time, it's still... The kill goes over to Bryle. He doesn't get the experience, but...
I think I'm not 100% sure. He ate a tango, so my assumption was that he didn't mean to tank that many hits, and because he took so many, he was like, all right, it's worth just dying now, because otherwise he would have been a really low HP. So possibly de-aggro, possibly intentional, but that didn't really look like he was low enough to die if he had de-aggroed properly. So I think he just made a mistake and then realized that at that point it's just better to die. That's my current view.
That's possible. I was thinking for a second now he was going to get a solo kill, but...
Yeah. And you know what's so sad is that he gets that solo kill mid and then he just dies to the tower like that. Now it just makes me doubt everything. I was gonna be like, man, Gunner, so good.
It's a cast occurs. I told you, Purge. This is the thing. You start to praise someone a little too much, Somehow they know it goes through their heads, and a disastrous play will happen.
Got her trying
It's like
to
the
fight over
4-minute
the
rune
other
is
rune.
bottom though. It's a regen, and the Phoenix is on his way
Tiny
to
chance
help
he can
cure.
get this. He might try to slight grab. Yeah, see, if you do sleight of fist, you can maybe grab the rune, but it's not super easy. Got a very good deny there. How's Tide doing on items? Okay, magic wand. Gonna go for a Vlad's. That way he can lifesteal, stay up. It'll be nice. Bonus damage. One thing that's a little weird about the Zoomers lineup is they're like, oh, never mind, it's gonna be kill.
Trial. Gunner's tanking a lot of shots here from the tower. He's gotta be careful. Does have the bottle though.
Yeah.
And Brow pops the regen, so nothing too much lost.
And once he got stunned there was no way to gap close the rest of the way, so he gave up after a little bit of damage. Rune fight coming though.
Min and are going to be able to grab it. This is not looking great for Husky. Although Sammy is here, they might be able to turn this around. Do they have the damage, though, is the question. Husky's not looking too healthy. The swoop comes out, and that's a kill for Kaizu.
Not the worst. I mean, they didn't get Bounty Rune, but they did some good damage as well, so could have been a little more negative. 6 is picked up now for Ember Spirit. We'll see what he does with this. Probably just going to hold... did I say? I'm sorry, Bounty Rune? Yeah, my brain reset for a moment there in the middle. I think we've been casting a lot of Dota last week. I guess that's it.
We still have a lot of Dota to go, too, so...
We do. Kind of interesting skill build there for Kazu. I like the time dilation. It's cool to get it this early. Very atypical, but it's good against CM and good against Arc Warden too. They're going to cast both of their abilities and actually makes him a more effective offlaner because he has a better chance of getting kills. Unlucky for Gunner there. Arcane Rune was top, not bottom. So he loses both runes actually to luck. That's a 25% chance.
Needs to be careful here. Route the chains. Good zip away. It's like very, very low though, so definitely has to back out and run them back in. HFN going for a bit of a dive here, and of course he feels very strong with that frost armor, but not going to be able to collect a kill.
Get a ward behind the tower though, so that'll spot any reinforcements or possible rotations to come gank the lane.
Ooh.
Sammy winds up cleaning up Kezu on the bot lane. Looks like it didn't cost them much health, just a lot of spells, which is a good trade there. CM actually maxing out Frostbite in this lane, which makes a lot of sense. Just because it's going to make it easier for them to kill these mobile heroes.
Yeah, that's usually very situational.
Yep.
Picking up that many points in the Frostbite. But it's working out for them, clearly, if they're getting the kills on Kaizu.
Good dodge. It seems very clear that Gunner is very familiar with the limitations of Void Spirit. He's playing very confidently. Gonna give him one more slap, I'm sure, get that on cooldown.
Well, I mean, as Jenkins has told me in the past, and also from watching, NA pubs, Shaggy plays both of these heroes exceptionally well because they're very, very similar in the way that they move and their design. So I'm guessing if you can play Ember, you can play Void, and if you can play Void, you can play Ember. But definitely, you can see that that is one of Gunner's favorite heroes, and he's got a very good handle on it. Top lane. Trying to make some moves over here onto Monkeys. Gets pounced up. The lift, though, being held by Ocean. Very nicely timed. Monkey should be able to just walk away.
That was a perfect time to lift, absolutely. Right when it was looking pretty hairy there for the Tide, they're able to throw him back and prevent any further damage. All right, finally Gunner gets
So
a
we finally got one.
I would have felt really bad
damage.
if that was 3 in a row, because he deserved, maybe he didn't deserve the second rune, the 6-minute rune, but the 4-minute rune, he had better positioning than his opponent, so you could argue.
Well, sometimes, even though you're making the right moves, fate just doesn't let you have it.
So HFN not laning quite as much at this point. Maybe they feel like fighting against Tide is a little bit too scary.
Oh?
Raindrop being pressured. Reveals that they had a ward there. That's one negative, but Moon does have Tranquil, so that pressure is not the biggest.
Gunner?
Excuse me, what's happening?
Gunner? Excuse me, sir? Yeah, alright. Alright. Chill out, Gunner.
It was he maybe could have gotten that kill if he threw like a remnant forward and then slided afterwards. He might have been able to get him, but I think it's possibly as a remnant mid. Yeah, that's why he didn't want to do that. If he went for like a remnant chase, he wouldn't have been able to get back mid as quickly, which would have wasted walking time. So he gave his shot, didn't work out.
Man, I love the way that Ocean has just been like hiding over in the tree line. They keep trying to make moves on monkeys, thinking that perhaps Ocean has left the lane or is stacking or something like that. And he just comes in with the lift at the opportune moments.
Yep. The Chronosphere is ready here. AUI rotating the bot lane is going to attempt to get killed. They don't have Chain Frost though. Their damage is a bit limited, and then we got a double Sammy Boy here.
Indeed we do. Phoenix does have the Icarus dive, but it doesn't opt to use it. Interesting.
He couldn't. He was frostbit. That's why. When the frostbite got used, that's like 2 seconds he can't dive, so they threw enough damage into him. Oh, great rotation by Gunnar. This should be a kill. Okay, didn't want to go for it. Maybe worried it would take too long.
Possible. Does have to worry about KZU and of course Brow coming in. So it's gonna zip away.
He would have had to spend a lot of mana to kill. I think one weakness is that he doesn't have his Flame Guard maxed out, because Slight is usually better, and that would have taken a lot of time for him to go get that kill.
Uh-oh, Ocean. Drum's getting popped. They want to try to land this pounce, and he's going to be able to do it. That's a dead Rubik. Although, maybe overextending a little bit. Gunner's here. He's got the steering chains. In comes Husky. He'll be able to go throughout the slow. Not going to be able to quite get there fast enough. It's a lot of damage, but he's in that Shadow Dance. They can't seem to grab him fast enough. Might have to turn around. Gunner, look at this. He really wanted that kill, but...
Yeah. A little bit too tough. No, on the bright side, he did have Arcane Runes, so he didn't lose. Like his remnant charges are going to come back a little quicker, but nice pickup for Slark getting his third from Advi.
Tempest Double going to chase away some of the heroes over here on Crazy. You have to be careful though. There's the swoop coming in after Ocean. Didn't manage to steal that time walk though. So
definitely would have been scary without time walk there. So the moon didn't anticipate that, I don't think. Now everybody's rotating. It's one of those moments where it looks like a good Ravage, but there wouldn't be enough follow-up. And he is quite farmed on monkeys. He's got the Vlad's picked up, so a decent amount of bonus damage. He's very likely to be able to stay alive in an engagement. And one good thing going for Zoomers as well is that all of the cores on Crazy are melee heroes. So Anchor Smash is going to be fantastic for the majority of this game to lower damage output.
that is a really good point. I know the panel was talking a lot about how, you know, oh, you've got these really great gap closers that are going to be able to get in the bubble along with Arc Warden. But on the flip side of that, you also have the Tide, like you mentioned. Smoke coming out, though, from the side of Crazy. They've got a Chronosphere. They would like to use it. But it feels like they know.
Has been killed.
Yeah.
Especially now. They definitely know.
Yeah. And speaking of bubbles earlier, how do you do damage when your offlane is a Faces Void and you have 3 melee heroes? It's going to be really hard for them to do full damage.
That is the question. TP is coming out en masse, though. KZU looking for the opening. Doesn't seem to manage to grab anyone, so they went for that smoke play and ended up not getting anything out of it, having to TP and save their cores.
I like what Gunner's buying here. This is the perfect item for the heroes he's up against. He's going to rush for an Orchid this game, because it is going to be the item that helps.
Husky starting out with the root. KZU's here. He's got the Frost Shield. They'll get the glare right back in. They're starting to melt that Crystal Maiden, but looks like Husky most likely going to be the only one who takes... Oh, they threw the bubble down, too. They're fighting. They want to do this. They go right back in. There's a Chain Frost. Gets maybe 1 or 2 bounces. Husky will get frosted to death. Ocean now running away. Gunner's here, though. The egg comes off.
Really?
Does manage to stun up Ocean. And they'll be able to go. They take down Owie. They don't have that Chronosphere anymore. Look at Monkeys. He's trying to get there. He wants to be there as fast as possible. Gunner's going to be the one who eats that remnant, but this is not looking good. KZU will fall.
Necessary Ravage there to secure that kill. Gunner doesn't have enough levels for Searing Chains to be really abusable just yet, but it was still a good rotation. The amount of time that it took for them to kill a CM was massive. Oh, this is bad, though.
Oh, they have the partial bubble. They turn it around. Sammy boy.
Oh. The bubble was perfect. Such a good save. And there's another advantage. Tide can just Anchor Smash the Slark all the time. AoE damage is like one of the nicest things to have against Slark, because you don't have to worry about whether he has his ulti up as much. Great play there to cover each other, and that was just a great moment of time for Zoomers.
Middle lane, the lift from Ocean. They clean up on Bryle.
Oh, what a fight, man! They're just playing so well.
That was
they
great.
have all these
Purge.
great
What a
roots.
fight, yawn.
Yawn. The yawning just keeps coming. I haven't had the coffee yet.
Resident sleeper, dude. Come on now.
Is under attack.
Drum's getting popped though again. The spear pulling right back on Sammy boy. He needs some help. He's trying to get himself into the bubble, and they have this overlapping Venn diagram of doom, but can they keep him alive long enough? No, can HFN get taken out though this time around? They don't have the lockdown. This is feeling very good for the Slark.
It was a great opportunity, or a good try with the bubble. It was like perfectly placed to buy him some seconds, but lasts very short when there's only 1 point in it. So first kill on Sammy Boy that we've seen in a while, but he's still pretty high in the net worth. Like the numbers look good for Zoomers, frankly. Could be a lot worse. Is this Orchid for Ember finishing? It is. Okay,
Yes,
so this is a
is.
big deal. Orchid is so good against all of Crazy's heroes. Literally all of them are hard countered by silences and root, basically. So if he can get a lot done, which he should be able to considering his high net worth, this could really set some crazy tempo in the next 10 minutes.
I got it. Crazy tempo.
Radiant's middle tower
I didn't mean to
Not
do that.
against crazy.
Did I really say it again? Dang.
You literally said it.
I need to just veto that word from my vocabulary until this tournament is over, or until Crazy
It's
gets
fine.
eliminated.
It's fine. I've got a couple things that I keep saying. I'm trying to fix myself, so no worries, Purge, no worries. But yeah, with that Orchid pickup, I'd assume that we'd be seeing some sort of rotation. Although they do spot out Gunner, so they know he's got it. There's a Fiora dragging him right back in. The Chronosphere. Oh! Oh, baby.
That was perfect. Perfect from Kizzy the Soul Flame. So there's the magic. Use Sleight of Fist because it makes you invulnerable while it's going, and you can jump to a Remnant while that's going on. So he used the Orchid. He baited the Chronosphere in the bot lane, and so far the offlane Void has not looked very effective. It's gonna be a long time until his damage feels like a valuable part of their team. So until then, he's only got Chronospheres, so he can't miss those.
God, I wish you had seen my face when that happened. I'm still like slightly speechless by that. Oh, what an absolute disaster for Keizu. But again, like very well done by Gunner. They're just dodging these fights so well, and now they don't have to worry about the Chronosphere. They still have, you know, Monkey's Ravage. They've got all these things in their kit. They have to be feeling really good right now.
So almost an Orchid on the Crazy side as well. Slark has Echo Saber. He's quite farmed. Got great items here.
Ocean, Monkeys getting into position. Look how fast they just scatter. They don't want to have to deal with this Ravage.
It's a little bit scary for sure. Especially if Ember shows up, and Ember could show up at any time. While making his slow ascent towards Orchid. It's not that slow. He's still doing really good. It's relatively good. But considering that Sammy Boy got Midas so quickly, and also has Maelstrom, and is working towards this next item, and has kills, this is above average for an Arc Warding game. Almost always we see Arc Wardens play a little bit from behind, so this is a very good laning stage, all things considered.
All right. Try number 2 over here on Gunner. Looks like they don't even want to deal with them. Because he just says, yeah, I don't have the chrono. We're not holding this guy down. But do you have a smoke coming out from Crazy?
It's got a... Oh, that illusion is so good. It's so good for Zoomers to fight here. Never mind, he used it early.
Monkeys? Gunner fighting on the back line, though. He's got 3 different heroes. It's a beautiful Ravage coming out from Monkeys. This is looking good for the Zoomers, but the egg gets thrown out. Like I said, they don't have to look at Monkeys trying to hit that egg. He just cannot. Husky taking a lot of damage, but they do manage to take down the egg. Keizu trying to fight through, trying to get the kill over onto Husky. Will be able to find it. Gunner, though, just sliding around in the back lines. They get the Orchid off over onto the Slark. They're looking. They want to try to take him down. They need to get the catch, though. Where is it? There's the Remnant back end, trying to go, jumping over here onto Keizu. They'll get that kill.
What did you learn?
But the Slark remains elusive.
We saw so much cool stuff happen in that fight, but so few heroes died. Like I thought for sure it was going to be a wipe, but they didn't have any damage follow-up after the Chronosphere, unfortunately. Had to partially retreat. Maybe they're worried about getting chronoed after the Ravage came out, but either way, still a 1 fight for the Zoomers, and they're going to be able to get the tier 1 tower as a result.
All right, the silence thrown over onto Moon Meander. There's just nothing he can do. He's just a fried bird over here. The lift back over onto HFN. He's got the Frost Shield, trying to protect him a little bit more. Bryle standing nearby is going to zoom into the back line. Does have the silence. The pound comes out again. Do they have any sort of safe for Gunner? No, they'll be able to take him out. HFN, though, forced to go and use that Shadow Dance. Husky waiting, trying to find him. Owie, though, getting cleaned up by Sammy Boy. Husky waiting. Does he have it? There's the Frostbite immediately, though, purging it off. He'll throw out the Crystal Nova, slowing him down a little bit more. There's a Chrono Steer coming up from Keizo. He grips forward, but Purge, where is the damage? He doesn't have it. This is the problem with the off-lane Void. Husky hiding in the bubble, doesn't manage to stay alive for too long, but they'll be able to find the kill finally onto Bryle as Keizo runs away. HFN back to hitting creeps.
Because they're even committing to it even more. He's got 3 points in time dilation rather than in bash, so another reason why he's doing less damage and also farming slower than normal. Not that I blame him for his skill build, because it's more likely that he's going to contribute. In fact, he even bought a hood here for this early engagement, but I love the turn that they made against Gunner. That was really wise. Jumping in at the same time with the silence, finally him realizing that he was out of position. Could be a kill as well, though. Let's see.
This is feeling like a kill considering you got Ocean there, you got Monkeys there. Bye-bye, Keizu.
And he had so much time as well. Like, they had 5 seconds of orchid duration, and when that's over, then he can use Searing Chain. So he's got like 8 seconds of disable against Void, which makes the game so difficult for Keizu from here on out.
That's a hard knock like for him for sure.
Was that replay?
Oh, this is a different fight, but yeah, look at that Ravage. It looks so good. But
you know, Gunner kind of got countered by his Illusion Rune, actually, because he got Chain Frosted during that Ravage. And if there wasn't a Chain Frost going on with Illusions there, he could have stuck around and kept slapping and maybe pick up the kill at the start of that fight. Back in the real game, we got a gank going.
Oh, we do. We do. Oh. Bryle finding a kill on Gunner, and they even use the Chain Frost for it as well.
Yep. Utilizing Orchid there to prevent him from escaping.
Throwing out the Song of People, the Orchid comes out. This is going to be a dead moon, most likely. I don't believe he's going to survive this. But Husky taking a lot of damage. Still alive. They've got the lift, the drag back, the taunt. Is that it? It is. It's a dead Bryle. Keizu cleaning up on the Crystal Maiden, but it's the position 5. I think they kind of expected that to happen at that point, but HFN, he dodges in and he just says, no, I don't want to be a part of this. Dives right back out again.
Yeah. So pretty equal fight, more or less, in the end after the gank's over. But look at Sammy Boy's net worth now. It's getting insane. And his play has been really good so far. He's doing a great job throwing down bubbles just in small moments to protect his allies. It's not necessarily like somebody's dead. It could be like Slark's about to get 3 attacks in, and I'm going to bubble them anyways. And that might not seem like a lot, but against first supports like Rubik or Crystal Maiden, that damage difference can be make or break. And not to mention, it's like another 10 attack speed, 10 damage for Slark for the rest of the fight too. So they're doing a really good job protecting each other. Ember Spirit queuing up a Manta now. It's gonna be a long time till he finishes it, until he grabs an Illusion Rune. So here's a nice silent solution.
Manta, pretty much.
Yep. So that'll be really nice. I really love that change to Illusion Rune. That was one of the coolest things I feel like we've seen in Dota, because it's so good to have dispels, you know? So having a rune that could be bottled to use it is beautiful. Makes for some cool play potential.
Feels like it's making up for the fact that Gunner didn't get any of those first 2 runes, but has managed to get double damage. He's had the illusion, although, like you said the last time, the illusion rune kind of bit him in the butt.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, Void going for the same thing. He's like, I need the dispel, otherwise I'm just going to die repeatedly to some crappy root. Slark has a good mix of damage and tinkiness with his Halberd and his Echo Saber, but here comes the smoke. They're looking for a kill. Nobody is actually down here, but I think they were looking for a possible Faceless Void or Void Spirit pick, maybe. But they see him now.
Bryle playing with the Tempest double a little bit. Sammy just popping the smoke over here. Wants to force out the wave on the tower. There is HFN. They need the lockdown, though, to be able to grab him. Gunner waiting patiently. Spark, wait, there's the silence being thrown down. Followed up with the chains.
They got him.
Oh, there's the Chrono Spear, though, coming through from Keizu. But, oh, there it is. There's that Chain Frost that we've been looking for. couple of bounces, but it doesn't matter because there's Pesky throwing up the songs of people. The egg's gonna get thrown out. It's only Monkeys who's gonna be able to hit it. It's a nice Crystal Nova, though. They go right back in. Can they get the kill? Yes, they'll find it on Moon. HFN sitting very low will be able to go and disarm one of those Tempest double illusions as Bryle finishing up. Owie on the back line goes down. KZ's next. Bryle, this is not looking good for the side of Crazy. Gunner has to be careful. That's a lot of agi right now, but they'll turn around. The root comes out and it's a triple kill for Gunner.
Man, all of these fights hinge on the fact that everybody on Zoomers hit the egg in that moment. If that egg explodes, that fight is completely different because that buys them like 2.5 seconds to crush the rest of the fight. But once I'm watching Sammy Boy micro his character, and it literally looks like 2 people controlling it. So he's doing such a good job with his abilities. But either way, a great start to the fight. They got the disable off on Slark. They did some follow-up. Hezu landed a great Chronosphere to buy some time, but unfortunately just too many people hit the egg. And they end up winning the fight in a 5-0 fashion, which is insane that nobody died there.
I just keep laughing because I just see Monkeys Forever trying really hard to hit the egg. And usually he's got one of those flame spirits on him, so it's like the slowest.
Yeah.
But they do. They take it down. They take down the egg. They have good solutions for it. So.
Like, Moon is definitely landing his fire spirits correctly, but there's just so many heroes. Oh, I can't wait to see this fight again. There's that chain stun, great Chronosphere. Sammy Boy on the right's maybe the biggest danger to this. Oh, if Moon didn't get ravaged, maybe. Egged a little bit earlier, that would be great. Lands a great spirit, and they're all running in to try to save it, but like if Gunner didn't jump on the egg, they lose that fight. There's so many things that went just perfectly right there for Zoomers.
Looked beautiful, that's for sure.
Balance the scale.
All right, well.
Yep.
Zoomers are at it again. They've smoked up. They're hunting for a kill.
Dire are scanning.
They've got their eyes on Bryle.
It's got a Yules, so that's the big difference maker against Silence. He can protect himself a bit. But Void Spear is not Ember. He cannot escape as much. Double voided.
You know exactly where they're going to go, but Astral stepping forward, followed up with the Remnant. Light, another Remnant forward. The Silence, the Lift. They have too much lockdown.
That was cool. So normally when you gank a mobile hero like this, you have to like start with stuns and chain stun him, right? But what they did was they double fluxed him so that his movement speed was really low. So even though he can astral step, it only goes like 800 units or something. And they have an Ember Spirit who's just as mobile, if not more mobile. So they knew that if he was super slowed, yeah, he'd double astral step, but that's it. He can't get that. He can't get away past that. So that was a really cool way to start that gank off.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Well, they're trying to trade some towers here. Looks like HFN just whacking away on the tier 2. Zoomers not focused on a building at the moment. They're kind of hiding out over up on here, hoping maybe they can grab KZ, I'm guessing. But they've got Sammy Boy whacking away now. Look at all those spark rates to make sure they know whoever comes in.
It's a really nice advantage to use. Some people use Quelling Blades, some people throw it on 3 spark rates.
Yeah.
It's in many ways
a lot
to
of
solve
damage.
the problem. It is, yeah.
They're going to try to push a little bit here on this tier 3.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
A little bit out of reach here for that Aether Remnant. They're just getting free damage on a tier 3. I don't know about this, Crazy.
Well, that's a good way to start it at least. Oh my god, look at all the spark rates.
Look at all of them. They're just everywhere. Light holding out Aoi, Moon, trying to pull the creeps back. They just get so much damage on this tower. They do end up losing the Tempest double. There's the Silence, but it doesn't matter. They've got the Manta completed over on Gunner. There it is, the Ravage coming in hot, grabbing 2 of these supports. They're going to chase after Aoi. They've lost Moon. They've lost Aoi. Lich is going to have to buy back, and they just focus their attention right back to these racks. They defend. It's only going to be able to see that Tempest double. He just immediately flops away. Carrying chains, holding Bryle. They've got the Silence. The Yules will get used yet again. No other lockdown for him quite at the moment. They'll disarm one of the Tempest doubles, but they go right back in with a bubble. And just like that, the Zoomers just take tier 3s and racks at 20, what does it start at, like 26 minutes?
Yeah, and they got kills. So it, like, their net worth really jumped. Sometimes like losing a racks like that is not that big of a deal. Like barracks do give a pretty good amount of gold, but towers not so much. So it's like, okay, they took a racks, that sucks, but as long as we didn't lose anybody, it's not as bad. But oh, here's a lift. Might be follow up.
There is indeed a lift. There's the Yules. I don't believe we've used the Orcus yet. No, the Orcus is going to get used though over on Gunner, but it doesn't matter. does not matter.
Now they're just making mistakes.
Dire's
That
middle
shouldn't
tower
happen
is
for
under
sure.
attack.
The pressure
tough
keeps
game.
coming. It's really hard when they got so set up on the high ground. I don't know if CR4ZY was expecting it. So they delayed long enough that they got Spark Race all over, and then approaching is just so difficult. Monkey's picked a perfect time to initiate with the Ravage. That's what's so good about like a wide AoE like Tide. It doesn't have to be precise. It's more about timing this big AoE that's a crucial stun on one guy, but also catches other people that want to defend him. That's one of the big advantages with the lineup that they have. It actually makes really good sense.
So we did just get the BKB completed for HFN. I'm concerned though. I feel like they have too much damage in general. So yeah, he's not going to get locked down. Maybe he can run away, but he can't stand toe-to-toe in these fights.
Yeah, he really wanted that BKB in the last fight.
He'll be able to get a pick off on Husky, it looks like. That's... Oh, the buyback from Husky. Husky
They want to fight?
All right. Oh,
Oh
no.
no.
Oh, no. It's a... Oh, my goodness. They just go and they throw out their own bubble. There's a chain frost. It's a bit late. The Keizu trying to run away. They've got so much chain frost, but it doesn't matter. They have the BKB on Sammy Boy. Oh, Keizu. Oh, no. Are they going to be merciful? They're not. They want him. They want this kill. They want to get rid of this Faceless Void. Husky around the corner has the root.
It's a really good try to cut that tree and cut to the right. I didn't know if Theme was going to make it in time, but I gotta blame that one on Moon Meander a little bit. Like it was still unlikely for them to win that fight there, but cannot dive into that chrono. I felt like that chrono was up a lot earlier than that. I think he was trying to get